guys, how are you doing? I hope that you're all doing fine and safe, and I hope you keep yourself hydrated, especially now with this COVID-19 stuff that's going on. You need to keep yourself healthy. So welcome back to the channel, and today we will be talking about a different thing, a new thing. So we will start another series for today. But before we do that, let's have some questions first. Have you ever made plan for your activities? If yes, then what did you do, or how did you plan for it? Or for example, so according here, commonly you want to think of something regarding your plan before you do it first. So you plan the process before you execute the process. Okay, so that's why if you plan a process, it will be better if you use Flowchart to present the process so that everybody will know your process. I know there's a lot of process that's going on here, but bear with me. So for today, we will be learning about the basic shapes of flowcharting, and I hope that you stay here until the end. Okay, but before we continue with the shapes, make sure that you're already subscribed to this channel, and make sure that you hit that notification bell button. You don't want to miss any uploads that we will be doing for the rest of the time. So we'll be talking about flowchart shapes. So there are different shapes that you will be able to use for making flowcharts. Okay, later on you will see an example. But for flowcharts, there are different shapes. Each shape will have its function. So first we have the process shape. Typically it is rectangular or rectangle, and this shape shows the process, task, action, or operation. This shape represents something to be done or an action need to be taken. So anything that is a verb. So for example, you say listen to music, that's a process. Or you say add two numbers, that's a process. Or you can say wash your hands and sing happy birthday twice over, that's a process. Okay, so I hope that we are clear with the process. Next, we have the decision. So decision shape is represented by diamonds, and you do this if you want to ask questions that can only be answered by yes or no. And we have here the data shape, or what we call sometimes as input and output. So whenever you have an input, whenever you have an output, like receiving data, generating data, sending email, faxing, etc. So they're all represented by your input and output. And then we have the predefined process. Predefined process, these are basically like you have a sub-process or a subroutine that you want to call whenever it is time for that process to be done. And then we have here the terminator, or most of the time it is called terminal points. So they are the shape to be used for indicating the start. And if you want to call a sub-process, you will name the sub-process by using the terminator or the terminal. They are represented by rounded rectangles, or if you're bad at drawing, it will be an oval. And then we have here connectors. If this shape is generally used in complex flowcharts to connect one point of the chart with another without having to draw a line to indicate that you are connecting both connectors labeled by the same label. Okay, so we will stop with here. So now that you are familiar with the different shapes, basic shapes that you can use in spreadsheets, we will now go online. Okay, we are here in another website. The name of the website is dyclassroom.com/flowchart/exercise-1. Okay, so these are your examples. So we have here a problem. This is how you use the shape. Look at this algorithm. We have here step by step, one by one. Step 1 is initialize sum is equal to 0. That's a process. Enter the numbers, which is input and output. Add them and store them in sum. So that's the process again. And then we have here print sum, which is an output. So to do that, what we will be using is another website. So you can use this website, draw.io. I am using this website to digitally make my own flowcharts so that you don't have to manually write them. Okay, and you can choose right after you open the website, you can choose where you want to save your diagrams. Do you want to save it in Google Drive, OneDrive, or your device itself? So for my case, I will be using Google Drive. I will authorize this and will cut this process so that you will not see my password or whatever. Okay, now that I am logged in, you will see over here my username. Okay, and now what we will be doing is we will create a new diagram. Create new diagram. What kind of diagram are we going to use? We want you to start with blank diagram. Yes, use this folder. Okay, so now that we are in here, you will see in the user interface shapes over here on the left side and some diagram options on the right side, but you can explore them on your own. You can change the name of your diagram by clicking this title in the upper left corner. So we will rename this as trial. Now what we will be doing is we will be doing this algorithm and put the flowchart in draw.io. How do we start? You want to check what you want to click this tab, the flowchart tab, so that it will open all the other shapes for flowchart. So for example, we have here terminator, we also have the start. Okay, so you can use either of them. So I will use start. The simplest way to do this is click and drag. There you go. And to rename it, just double click it, and let's just put start. By the way, you can edit the style of your text, the size over here on the right side, on the sidebar, right sidebar. So let's make it 24. There you go. That's your start. So first step is we will initialize toSum in is equal to 0. So we will say sum is equal to 0. So first we need to put a process. There you go. We have here a process. Put them over here, somewhere there. Now here's a trick. Here is a wonderful trick. If you move your mouse over to the side of the shape, you will find there's an arrow, right? If you click that, it will automatically connect your flowchart shapes or your shapes so that you don't have to manually draw them. That's great, right? That's cool. There you go. Let's enlarge this. And what do we need to do? We need to say that sum is equal to 0. Well, that's easy. We can just do this. Double click. Sum is equal to 0. That's your process. Of course, we can enlarge this into 24 so that it will be clear that you are, so that the font size will be good. All right. Next we have input output, because we will enter the numbers. Okay. So what we will do is we will add 10 and 20. So this is the problem. So to solve this problem, we will take variable sum and set it to 0. Then we will take two numbers, 10 and 20. So we will add 10 and 20. So how do we start first? We have here the data. Drag them over here. Enlarge your data shape. And right. Insert. 10 and 20. There you go, make it 24. And connect the shapes. Very good. Now next step, add them and store the result in sum. So we will again have a process. So you can also do just right click or copy and paste. Drag it over here. Rename it into, oops, sum is equal to 10 plus 20. Enter and connect your shapes. And then last but not least, we want to print the sum. So they want to print the sum. So we will use another data shape. And we just connect it. We'll say print sum. Then let's end this, of course, with an end. There you go, our flowchart is already done based on this problem. The only thing left to do is how do you save. So there are options here in the menu bar. Click File and Save. As you can see, it's saving and it's now in your Google Drive. If you want to save it as picture, so export as JPEG and export, or you know what, let's just download it. Alright, so there you go, that is your introduction to flowcharting, your basic shapes, and just a basic problem solving. Okay, so that is all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell button so that you will always be notified whenever that we will have an upload. Alright, so see you again on the next tutorial. And once again, this is your favorite teacher, Wesley Sensei, saying to everybody that you need to rehydrate. Stay hydrated and stay healthy, wash your hands, and don't hoard alcohol. So that is all for today. Hope you like this video, and see you again on the next video tutorial.